Deep fakes, once the stuff of science fiction and bad Arnold Schwarzenegger movie elements, have been successfully used by cybercriminals in conjunction with business email compromise attacks to steal tens of millions of dollars from victims. I'm Bob McLean, Certified Information Systems Security Professional, and we're exploring deep fakes and business email compromise today. In the most recent example I was referring to, $35 million was stolen from a company in the United Arab Emirates as it was in the process of acquiring another company. Now, deepfake audio, a deepfake uses synthesized voice and artificial intelligence to mimic a person known to a key player, usually a direct report, in conversation. And business email compromise is an attack in which the scammer has taken over the legitimate email account of an executive and via that very legit looking email account orders a change in process that, in the handling of funds from its usual routing into accounts owned and controlled by the criminals. The bad Schwarzenegger movie reference is for, and this is a big reveal, spoiler alert, that the evil totalitarian government of the day framed his character for the massacre of hungry civilians using faked video. And interestingly enough, it was projected out in the future to be 2019 in the United States. So the production of deepfake audio is not an insurmountable computing problem anymore. What you need is source material that's sampled that AI uses in construction of words in a conversation. And that source material, recordings of executives are all over the internet because people are participating in panel discussions, people are recording videos, and this is for executives, CEOs, CFOs, COOs, and as a result, there's a lot of source material out there for criminals to use in constructing deepfake personas. In a previous video, I think the last one I did, I spoke of the number of instances of Microsoft Exchange Server connected to the internet and found by Shodan, the search engine for the Internet of Things, actually attached or connected to the internet, to have been unpatched for a remote code execution vulnerability months after the patch was released. And at the time I recorded that, approximately 45,000 instances of Microsoft Exchange Server unpatched for this critical vulnerability were still out there connected to the internet. So it's a target-rich environment. That level of access, the remote code execution, can be exploited by an attacker to further compromise the corporate email server and eventually gain access to an executive's account. So if you think it's a little far-fetched, can't happen, too far out there, here we are in November 2021, and the FBI had one of its email servers attacked last week. And legitimate emails, or legitimate looking emails from FBI infrastructure were emailed or sent to thousands upon thousands of recipients. And, it was a less critical email server. Less critical or not, it was legitimate FBI domain. And as an interesting footnote, about the in the press about all of about the FBI compromise, the breach was remediated when that server's software was patched. So business compromise, business email compromise, and deepfake audio. I got the idea for the subject from a demonstration I heard attending a conference a week or two ago. And with the AI programming, the deepfake bot responded well to questions, practically or actually indistinguishable from the actual person, and only a minor linguistic variance and anomaly gave it away. There was a word used that the person they were faking would not have used. Now, to protect against this kind of attack, all executives and staff need to understand the critical need for process and implement a strong process. Just like zero trust, there can be no assumption of any identity on any email or voicemail, or even just a short call, as demonstrated by the exhibition that I witnessed, when it comes to the handling of funds. Defining a multi-step process to govern any deviations from any previously established standard operation is a good start. Now, how can you be sure you're talking to someone you think you're talking to and not a neural net facsimile of each other? Is it with a 30-second conversation about a pet? Is it the office temperature? Having an extended, confidentially prescripted set of questions and bizarre responses that a neural net, is looking to be authentic, would never come up with? I am not exactly sure, but that's one place to start. Are other roles consulted? If you craft a process when it comes to the handling of funds, are the CFO and COO incorporated into the process? The AI bots may be getting really good, but they'd have to have compromised, the attacker would have to have successfully compromised not just one executive, the CEO, but the COO and CFO email accounts, as well as perfected the deep fake audio of more than one person. So when you get into a process where you're automatically including other people for deviations or instances of deviation, of course the CEO is authorized. It could be the owner of a small company. They're authorized to call anybody up and say, do this with the company and redirect this and that. But in the event, you implement a strong process, other people have to be incorporated into the process, and it strengthens the security of the company. It really sets the bar high once you have to include a replication of effort. And of course, with a strong vulnerability management process, this is all kind of moot. But we'll never have an environment that's completely free of vulnerabilities. So incorporating process, in addition with a strong vulnerability management program, is really in your best interest and the way to go. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I'd appreciate you clicking the thumbs up and sharing the video with your friends. Till the next one, take care.